Alright, first of all, let's do this. Everybody use your potions. East-west. Check your stacks.
Kick.
It's gonna be axe kick. Get in. That was not bad.
I was on fire too. What about my parse? Because we're going to clear it this time.
I was gonna say, I don't think you losing being on fire is a bad thing. Oh.
Don't hit that, don't hit that, don't hit that.
Sorry.
I need to refresh my Nokia thing. It worked though. It was okay. That's about as clean as you can get.
No. I guess that's what I get.
Nice nascent chaos you got there.
Right? That I can't use for a whole minute?
I guess it's probably gonna fall off by then, isn't it?
I'll have to almost be back.
I just need to not use it there.
At long last, we are reunited. We shall never be parted again.
Who is that, D? Number 2.
Then to 3.
Okay, I completely misread that.
Check the timers. Ready for ice. Behind them.
Back.
Back on them, bro.
Second up.
Come to me, Selka.
Here's. Nope.
I believed our pros. Or south. North. Anti-knockback.
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh, dang it. Well,
That's a lot of us there. I think we are moving too far for that, we are moving. There's a group of people that are moving almost entirely to the mirror. We should be moving to this arrow right here. Like, we do not need to move towards the middle of the arena at all. Like, this is far enough that you will not get knocked off the arena. But it also, like, if we're not stacked up enough for healing, also, like, you know, that extra distance is like half a GCD where people could be doing actions. So like we should really be like look at the little second ring around the arena and see where it intersects with this purple thing. This is where we should go on the side that has the red mirror.
I do too. Don't hit it, don't hit it. Okay, good.
Oops, wait there.
At long last, we are reunited. We shall never be parted again.
Was that deep?
Three. Then we're gonna go to 4.
Back in front.
The res get, please. Heals.
Up and down. Okay.
Right. Remember to anti-knockback. Stay on the edge.
I hit it.
I'm taking autos. Ooh,
Young
90.
things that are happening shortly. Do you want Slinta's backup? That way only like 2 people die?
I mean, or we could just plan on having Salenta always take the second part of that. I don't know. But yeah, we should aspire to find a way to do that consistently.
If you're using 2 tanks, does that mean one group goes to green, the other one goes to red?
No, you same thing. Only Slanted be closer to the red mirror than us.
Yeah, the tanks would need to just change around who's taking that twin strike so that Salenta has a cooldown to pop while being in the front. Honestly, I don't care which method we choose to use as long as we end up with one that is the most consistent.
How much damage did I take from the double slap? Because that time I had everything. So I had Nebula, Rampart, Camouflage, and Heart of Stone.
82,000.
Okay, so I can definitely cut Rampart.
But then you took 150 from the wings.
And the wings?
Yeah, and then auto attacks are hitting for about 30-ish.
Because you mean the wings from the mirrors.
Yeah, the reflected hollow wings. 150 and autos are doing 30. So it would be prudent to have at least 180. I mean, Rampart is technically enough, but like, you're not gonna be like 100% topped off. Because you're gonna get an auto before and an auto after.
Also, if I am doing the invulnerability, I will need heals pretty much right after the second mirror, or else I will die.
Yep. And you need big heals too.
I mean, it's not the same problem, but it's a similar problem. We only have so many invulnerabilities.
Well, mine only lasts so long.
Yours lasts the same as what mine does, isn't it? 8 seconds?
But yeah, but like, if I hit it before the first mirror goes off, then about the time the second mirror goes off, it's coming down. And like pretty much right after that, I'm getting auto attacked and I'll die.
Well, Cam, if you can try to reprisal the double slap, I will try to make sure that I have everything else up.
Well, the thing
The
that
same-
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to not invuln the first mirror. I'm just gonna use a cooldown for it. And then I will invuln the second mirror. That way I have my invuln through to where I can get healed.
So then the question is, we have died in the same spot twice in a row. So do you know what you are making a mistake?
Well, the first time my health wasn't high enough. The second time, my knockback prevention didn't go off.
Do the healers, is that something that they can adjust to? Is that
As long as we know that it's happening.
Because in that first one, I was below 100k when the first mirror went off.
like I'm perfectly fine taking a mirror, but it sounds like me taking a mirror isn't really going to solve much.
Well,
Yeah,
means that if Tam messes up for whatever reason, we don't wipe the party.
Well,
If
last
you-
time people aren't doing a good job stacking, but last time I think I did take it, and I did take the backup win. Like 2 or 3 people still died. Because I took 150 from the wings. So that means I took more than anybody else. So that means I was the person closest to the mirror. So I did take the backup.
Right, but because it hits 4 people, it auto kills 1 person. The auto attacks kill the next person, and all of a sudden you have 3 people dead.
I mean, the backup doesn't really seem to help much either.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, like pretty much if anyone dies, it will cascade very quickly.
If anybody dies on the first one, it's pretty much it. If somebody dies in the second one, it might be okay.
Yeah,
Or-
so Tam, if you take the first one unmitigated, you have to have at least 152,000 HP.
Well, I
Which
can
is-
mitigate it, but I still need over 100,000 health to take the hit.
You need more than that because you take an auto right before, and that's 32. And you take a 151 right after it.
Well, the 151 will be invuln. Or
No, it
or
won't
the one
be.
after that.
The 151 after that will be, right? But the first
But-
151 is gonna be sad.
But I usually use vengeance, so that would be reduced to 105 ish.
Should mostly be fine if you can get heals on you. One thing I noticed is that you're not stacking with the party right away, so it's not within melee range for Tyler and us. I mean, that may not. That'd be maybe something we can come back to, but if you were in Tier 3 range,
Here's a question: Is on the stream, do you have on your stream? Do you capture yourself getting knocked back without dying?
Me?
I don't care who. Actually, no. It has to be Kanata because you're doing other things at the time.
No, I was wondering who's dying. Who do you want to know who's dying?
I just want to know if somebody has captured on stream getting knocked back alive.
Yeah.
Not today.
Okay, so I don't know if you can look at the old ones, but I'm just wondering how far the knockback actually is.
Oh, it's about
third,
like here to there. Here to
To the opposite side?
the opposite of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we can pick a spot, a consistent spot that is the shortest that we can get away with.
This would be kind of sketchy, but this should be fine.
Actually, I think that first one that you said is fine. Because if you're that far up,
If you're further north, you get more area.
I think you can get away with even being like right here. Like this is sketchy, but like this is absolutely fine. Like my point is like if we're trying to do like 2 discrete groups, like we want to use something that you can look at on the ground to help tell if you're in the right spot. So you could have like group A, group B or something like that on the 2 sides of these like little snowflake markers. And that's still close enough that you should be in like Cure 3 or whatever radius. I mean, does that sound like it's helpful? That's a lot of us there. I think. Or are you looking for something else?
Healers are the only ones who can answer that. Only they know what the real healing load is like. I'm just saying, if people are closer, maybe those things like Asylum or Cure 3 can be used. Because if the problem right now is healing, then they need to heal more, and there are many ways they can do that.
Well, I think
I won't answer for them.
I think the first thing that can help is making sure that we can have the party move consistently to the same spot. And it doesn't matter if we're in our like 2 groups of 4, as long as once we get to that spot, we stop moving. And this is part of the reason why, based on this strat where we're all running to the same mirror, it's important that we get to where we're going as fast as possible, because otherwise what happens is the first mirror goes off while people are still moving, and then they change the order that people are in, because some people have stopped and other people keep moving, and we're all kind of clumped together. Now, the alternative to that is we do it the quote correct way, where we split into 2 groups.
I thought we split into 2 groups. But it'll just be like ranged and a healer. And then everyone else. But not like a full split. It'll be like ranged are like here. The 2 healers will be like here and here. It doesn't matter which one. And then the melee can just hang out on this side entirely on their own, anywhere.
Well, that's assuming that they're not getting knocked off, but like
Sure.
I'm fine with that. Like,
The first, so it seems like you will get knocked back from about there.
we're
to
not going to stand there.
about
We're not going to stand there, so that's not a useful metric.
Okay, but like if you move it down, right?
Yeah.
If you started there, that's equivalent to starting here, and it's equivalent to getting knocked about here, give or take. So yeah, you basically can be probably as far as here, still be okay.
Here's
Little sketch.
Here's a follow-up question, which is, are people going to be in melee range, or be able to be in melee range safely? If the answer is no, then we should just move the stacks out just a tad or something. But
Actually, yes. If you do this, right, then melees can actually hang out at C for like 2 extra DCDs.
all right, so for the sake of this poll, is it okay for people if I steal a couple of the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers, or is that going to mess up your ability to do the other mechanics? Just for a poll.
1, 2, 3, 4 seem much more important than A, B, C, D.
Maybe
Let's
D,
keep
B.
A.
Well, I need 4 markers for this.
Then
I mean, we could just try with that 1, 2, 3, 4 then.
So here's what I'm gonna propose. Probably not far enough. All right, so the groups, I think it's probably correct to say that the groups should be the 3 ranged DPS and Kanata. We'll be going to the further out one.
why?
So
Wait,
one-
I don't
one
think that's right.
That's what the healer said.
I know. And I'm correcting. You don't need 4 people out, do you? You just need 3 people.
Yeah, we only technically only need 3 people.
So just have.
Are we doing the 1 tank thing or are we doing the 2 tank thing?
I mean, either way, we need 3 people. We can't have 4 DPS and a healer. One of us will die.
Tank there either way. So.
Right. Okay. So I guess fine. The 3 ranged DPS will go to 4 or 1, and then everyone else will go to 2 or 3, unless you have another fucking job, and then you do your job. And I don't know what you've decided for who's going to do what, but it's going to be 1 tank or 2 tanks. So have you made a decision on that? 1 tank, 2 tanks?
Doing 1 tank.
We're doing 2 tanks?
1.
Sorry, you're cutting out, unfortunately. Okay.
Fine with that.
All right. Then 1
Okay.
tank it is.
And you're taking the first one with Vengeance?
Yep.
Okay, I'll have the next go on you.
Front. No south. Move away. Attacks. Get in. SBX kick.
Wow. I need help.
You took what?
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
I knew I was reading something.
God, my posture. I need to work on my posture. Alright, everyone hit escape so we can skip this cutscene.
We shall never be parted again.
No.
Who's MP again? One.
Please be C. Please be C. Please be C. Yes. All right.
Oh god, so close.
But we lived. Hey, we did it! Yay!
We're about to get fucked up though.
It's the one where we look at the red mirror.
Right.
And then we're gonna go to B. Oh, now we get in. And I'm stunned.
Oh shoot. Well, I'm dead.
That's it.
It's in. Well, I'm still dead. Yeah, we can't transition the green mirror like that.
Transition the green mirror, like, what do you mean?
We were, or some of us were at C, and I guess we're like
And then
looking at. Well, yeah, I guess it wasn't that bad. Oh yeah, that was that thing.
So I think we should probably, like, since the first one is always north or south, we should stay at whatever side we were at for the last mechanic. So she was at C, so we should stay at C, but we should always go to one side, which I say should be B, arbitrarily. And basically, as soon as the first mirror goes out, then everyone runs to B, and then we're at B and we're facing out when the next mirror goes out, and then it's in or out for the holy. And so if it's out, then we stay at B. If it's in, then we collapse to the middle. Like, you don't even have to be all the way at B. Like, you could be like on this little like triangle thing, like right here, and still be safe. And then you can, if you need to, it's not too far to run in.
Do keep in mind if it is in, you can't be looking at A or C.
No, that's
Or-
why you go to B and you're facing out. And then as soon as the like flash goes out and you see the little orbs, I mean, someone should be able to call out if they. I don't have my camera positioned nicely, but yeah. As soon as you see the orbs, then you can run in to dodge the out holy, or sorry, the holy that's around the outside. You can collapse to the middle in time, and if it's not, then you can just stay where you're at.
Fair enough. Just don't get baited.
I
Don't
totally
look
got
too
baited.
early.
Totally got baited.
Alright, I'm not sure if we need these markers anymore, so...
Okay. Yeah, let's just go back to the other thing. But
this line.
that line right there, it seems like that worked very well. And the interstack people are like right here on this line. Purple line, black line. Purple line, black line. And I also like this solution better with the same people being on the outside versus inside as opposed to left versus right.
northwest. Go. Check your stacks. This will be psychic. Cardinals.
Tranquility must be restored to the land.
I don't know why.
My fortune cookie today says, your golden years will be happy and fulfilling. Is that to imply that until then I'll have a sad and miserable life?
I think you can take that however you like.
All things in balance, right? So yes.
I mean, nothing precludes it from being either way. I didn't say anything about the middle part.
Maybe those will be the worst days of your life.
Oh no!
Fine, she's actually slow here. Thankfully.
Just be glad we're not doing this on Blue Mage, where provoke is garbage.
But
the wrong button.
Lose a D. Four. One. Fifty timers. Back in front. Second above.
Rip.
Got res on Kanata. Alright, well, look at red. Now. Get to B.
Face out.
Face out. Stay out. Run
Yeah.
in.
Hmm.
Get in, then out.
Oh, it's her. Ah! Is she just gonna like stay wherever she was at for the whole
Looks like
thing?
it.
Yeah, because we weren't near her, but she just.
She does that in the first phase too. She doesn't recenter
Slight north.
or anything. It's very annoying.
I'll run around. Oh no, I can take an auto attack right there.
Wow.
Oh, look at the timing. Okay, so the mirror, flash, and then move. Yep. Yep.
What happened during the wing phase?
I'm not sure we had enough people pass the mark here. Or even if there were, should have been fine. Someone switched spots.
I mean, trust me, I was not moving.
Yeah, there were definitely 3 of us here. The spot.
BRP real quick.
I'm pretty sure I made it to the edge before,
It looked like you did.
because I got hit for a
Yeah, you took like 450k, so you definitely made it. Also, the first one only did 50. Oh yeah, you had 1,000,000 shields on. That's right.
And
Yeah, like your yellow bar was like half your HP. It's kind of hilarious. Yeah, and the second one you definitely made it. So I got a stack the first time, so I guess I was just slow to this. And then if I did get a stack, I should have just moved. Yeah, that is the other thing. If you do have a stack and you're on the outside, just take like 2 steps in.
You should be getting a stack from the first one, right?
No.
We're taking the stack from the
Back-
second one. The people on the outside are getting the second stack, right?
It's totally
Yeah.
reasonable for you.
You should be getting a stack on the first one.
Either Kanata or Nearest should.
I thought it was all 3 range DPS and a tank on our side, right?
Oh, was it left? Okay, yeah, maybe. I
Yeah.
thought we were still going to the red side, so the ones closest to the red are ranged, which means that the ranged people should never have them after the first one.
Well, the 2 healers should actually never get it, because it should just be Tam.
One of the healers is going to get it.
Technically, yeah, one of the healers is gonna get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Person who doesn't get hit.
Then if you do get it, then you shouldn't get hit the second time.
Yeah.
Right?
You shouldn't be getting hit because there should be 4 of us before you. So, unless you move, so, because I don't think any of us moved. Like only Tam is moving there, really, right?
Yeah. We were all standing still. So I guess if you do get a stack, just take a step in. It's not the end of the world.
can I suggest something?
Sure.
If I keep the boss at either C or A, wherever she's at, and we're all hitting our knockback preventions, the melee could probably just stay on the boss to get the first one, and then the ranged move out. And as long as the melee don't move past the range for the second knockback, I think we would be fine.
Yep. You can even move diagonally into the center. Like right there. Gives you more time to do damage and less movement. Should we save? I think this is safe. That's definitely safe.
What did we discuss?
Melee movement. They can stay at C. And then just go northwest, northeast, or southeast, southwest. Yeah, as long as they don't cross like this line. Rip.
Not facing the right way.
Rip.
I'm
Yeah,
just like,
Things.
we're going down together. we're gonna ride to the great beyond. Not alone, but as a team.
Shall usher in peace. Impudence.
How do we get 25?
You guys must have missed one, because our side was totally perfect.
Ah,
None of ours got even close to the middle.
The sun was in our eyes. Whatever.
The controller was sticking. It's
Maybe you got your monitors too bright, man. Your new monitor.
Know the difference between the monitor and the sun?
At long last, we are
I don't know, in some of these cutscenes, I can't tell the difference.
I want to know where she gets this pair of like blinding white underwear. I'd totally wear it.
Weird flex, but alright.
the underwear of
God
light.
rays.
You know, it brings a new meaning to the word flashing someone, right?
I'm
It'd make for some really cool selfies.
I think they do have sunglasses that do that.
Oh, at the Gendo glasses?
They like reflect all light or something, so you can't photograph the person's face.
Photographize.
Yeah, that was. I'm just gonna let that one go.
For sacrifice.
Who was that E again? Four. One,
You can also just stay at 4 cross.
we know.
You do you. Don't try to fuck us up.
Okay. Just less movement for like placeholder, for example.
I have triple cast during that.
Oh, okay. That's cheating. Why don't we have triple cast?
Feels good, man.
2 timers. Nice, coming up. Back in front. Back in the back. Move.
That can't be right.
I think Neris is in the wrong stack there.
Please provoke.
On it.
I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Oh my god.
Keep it the red.
Get to be. Nope. Get out. And then that's where out the ends.
Out and in.
Out of spite.
north.
Shouldn't be north.
No, we just split. North south.
It's not gonna
Oh shoot. Am I too early? I'm too early.
Wings, move.
Oh, Lamau. Oh wait. Oh my god.
get. Move again.
We're so good at this.
That was the tightest stack. I think we have covered literally all of melee and 2 ranges, 2 steps out of melee. Perfectly.
That was great. We're good at this.
We should be doing that in the center, if we can get her recentered, and we should be doing that on the 1, 2, 3, 4 marks, so that we have some bearing. Wing positions, casters, healers, melee. Alright, if you're sure that's where you want to stand, Kanata.
Yeah, so Nearest was like in with us. You don't have to be that close, Kanata.
Like, you need to not be getting hit by first hit. Or
Not
the
at
second
once if
side.
I first hit.
Well, it depends on which side it's yes, it depends. No? No,
Does not matter at all.
it will, yeah, you'll always get the first hit. You need to not get the second hit.
It shouldn't matter all that much as long as our positions don't change in between the wings.
Well, we're not moving.
So
Doesn't
if
matter.
it's attacked with us, then it's gonna pick. It might pick one of you. You might pick you over one of us. Is what I'm saying. I think is what he's saying. Sorry.
There's basically 3 things that need to happen there. The 3 range need to be the farthest out. Everybody else can kind of do whatever the fuck they want, and just don't get knocked off. And then Tam has his own problems. But like, yeah, standing right here, you'll get knocked off. You will probably be fine here. You'll probably be fine here. But this is not safe. So, wing phase, I mean, I don't know if people have more questions about that. I don't feel like we've ever talked about what we're really doing for the double Akrai Akborn.
We did briefly, but we had a lot of other stuff that we had to work out first. So we should have our 2 stacks based off of our left-right positions that we were doing for the first Akrai, Akmorn. And they should be at 1 and 3. And then after the first set of wings, we rotate clockwise, and we should be at 2 and 4. And then after the next set, we rotate again, and we should be at 1 and 3 again, but backwards from what we were the first time. So you and Midori and Placeholder and Nearest are the group that starts at 3. But this is all contingent on the boss getting centered in the middle after the holies.
I mean, she was that time, wasn't she?
I don't know.
Pretty close.
I believe she jumps to the center for the holy, but can move around afterwards.
Well, that's convenient. There's a lot of death and people getting res, so kind of lost track.
Refresh my memory. So the sequence is Akrai, Akrai, Akmorn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's Akrai, and then there's like several seconds, and she starts to cast Akmorn, and right before Akmorn goes off, the Akrai is going. The second Akrai is going.
Right.
Yeah, the first Akrai was completely off the field when the second went out, it looked like.
Correct.
Akrai
The,
Akmorn got almost simultaneously.
yeah, the first Akrai is trying to say, hey, you remember Akrai. Second one is trying to catch you off guard, because you have to do it while moving and staying in your stacks for Akmorn. Because as you have, basically, after we finish moving for that Akrai, the Akmorns immediately are going off.
That's certainly the first thing I noticed when we got to that phase was, oh hey, there's an Akmorn. Wait, where is this Akrai coming from? Oh shit. Oh, that's right, the mirror.
So the mirrors do a little wing flash animation. Is that what it was?
Yes.
Before they cast theirs? Okay. So same as her wings then.
It's the same as her wings, but of course they don't have a wings animation, so you have to rely on the visual flash.
They do have a cast bar.
True.
Okay. Is it as soon as the cast bar finishes you can move, or
Yes.
like you have to
It's
wait till that?
snapshots
Oh,
when the cast bar finishes.
Is
That's
there
easy.
a cast bar for the dress changes?
I don't know if she has a cast bar. Mirrors do.
Last I
Supposedly.
checked on the phone, because I'm still very confused on the timing. But I just listened to Tam and it worked.
There is also a possibility that I'm misremembering, and this is the one mirror that doesn't have one when the cast bar finishes.
That's easy.
Every mirror that I've explicitly paid attention to has it, but I don't think I've ever actually been alive during either of the times we got there.
Can't be right.
I think Neris is in the wrong stack there.
They provoke. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Oh my god.
Hold on.
If we see it again, I'll keep an eye out and check that.
Are we due for a break?
After this
Do you need a break?
Okay.
Alright. Let's get there. To freshen our brains. Brain cells.
Somebody go fuck at the door.
Wow.
My stun didn't go off.
Yeah, you still killed it.
I mean, I had to double back to do it, is what I meant. It went off eventually. It just, he was like 6 inches away from the center.
It's, you know, sketchy.
Well, I thought I used it, and then I dashed over to the earth to silence him, and then I was like, wait, why is my stun still up?
We shall never be part of it again.
Who was that beat? Wait.
Oh.
Two.
The rest of you, please. Ow, thank you.
Dragon Trap.
Wait, what? Oh, ice.
Ice was gone. I don't know what to say. I was
Dragon
skidding across solid ground. I'm probably dead. Yep, I got killed just by the hit. Alright, which are we going to? North? Go to 1. Away. Go to B. Walk away. Get in. And in or out.
In.
Out.
Then out.
In. Infinity. And then we get back in and get ready to get to our stacks.
Don't move yet.
Move. And wait for it. Wait. And move. I'm not scared at all.
Tank
Okay.
thing?
Tank thing.
Ooh, spicy.
I'm gonna be taking autos.
I'm not gonna be able to humble that.
You
Nope.
sword it?
Alright, let's see what's next.
Please provoke Tam.
Icelit Dragon Song.
Oh my god.
More balls.
Oh my
Coward.
god. Well, we panic. That's what.
Should probably just throw
Oh my
the
fucking
other
lord.
spots.
That's a lot of mechanics.
There
Okay.
weren't any balls, were there?
No, but
there-
there.
Oh, there were ice.
So, okay, for that we need to have, first off, does anyone have a screen grab? What do you mean by tether?
The change.
Chains. There were no chains.
There were chains.
There were? I
There
didn't
were
see.
definitely chains. I had two on me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
No,
it sound-
chains are light stacks.
Alright, well
Chains.
that's tanks and healers with the chains. We need to have 1, 2, 3, 4 positions assigned. DPS are gonna have the ball stacks, and we need to drop our ball stacks in between the towers. Yes, I'm gonna keep
We need to
saying
drop
ball
them.
stacks.
No, we need to drop them further out, because if we drop them between the towers, they'll hit the towers with part of their
Nope.
8-way
that's not-
thing.
That's well, we need to take the towers, and then the 8-way thing goes off, I believe. So it looks like the time is we drop the puddles, then we need to shift clockwise into our towers. And once again, since this is all DPS, we can have pre-assigned positions. So, for instance, I would be heading towards D and then going to the 1 tower to stack with Tam. So I would be dropping my puddle. I need a pet. I would be dropping my puddle on this line here. So then the balls will have the similar shape as in the
I'm gonna be
first.
taking autos.
I'm not gonna be able to.
Oh wait, no. If the towers are doing the 8, yeah, no, it should be the same. So it'll be the same except for rotated 45
Yeah,
degrees.
tanks-
Please provoke Tam.
Looking at Kanata's stream here, assuming this is normal, since all 8 people are up, tanks and healers have chains.
Oh my god.
More
Both
balls.
tanks have the ice, and then 2 DPS have the ice.
Oh my god. Oh, we need to cleanse
Wait,
those.
is that ice
That's
the ice
cleansing
puddles that
ice.
you're dropping? That looks like ice. Yeah, that's a debuff.
That's
I'm not sure what it is, but
That's
It-
the
Yeah,
thing.
it's
that-
on the tanks and 2 DPS.
That's the thing at the beginning.
That makes you slow.
No.
You just need to be cleansed at the beginning.
It needs to
I've
be
just been
cleansed.
doing. Yeah.
What comes during the first time that we get the what do we call it? The weird Shiva thing where the puddles drop and then we get knocked back. It happens during that.
Right, I guess.
What was
I don't know. I ignore it.
Yeah, I've just been cleansing both of them, so I can do top. So I'll probably get the tanks.
Both tanks.
and- yeah. Well, I don't think it's gonna be both. It's gonna be random.
Tank thing.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyway,
I'll
so
check
here's
to
I'll
see
talk
what
to-
it is.
here's what I expect, and
Maybe
I might be
Tornadoes?
completely off base. So from my perspective, I would be starting in the middle. The puddles would go out. We would take the puddles and drop them
Please
on
provoke, Tam.
the circle, and then take a step into the tower. Then the tower goes off. I'm assuming at that point the chains disappear,
Oh my god.
and we run diagonally
More ball.
out to dodge the beams from the 8-way stuff. I don't think she has a knockback on this one.
So both tanks and 2 DPS got the ice debuff.
I think we can ignore that. Except
Full disclosure here. I vaguely remembered hearing that this one was annoying, so I just looked it up. Do you want information on it? Because it actually looks pretty particular.
we haven't seen all of this.
So,
Let's come up with the strat and let us know for like this is like guaranteed to not work, I guess. And it's guaranteed to not work because of something we've seen.
First, like the first of meteors only have one marker in them, right? So they only need one person. And the chains have the least number of stacks, so they should almost, I think, pretty clearly take the first one. That one
right,
seems pretty
and
clear.
that's tanks and healers. Maybe I was misremembering. Looking at the stream, it seems that the towers are not on the intercardinals like I thought.
They're on the Cardinals.
They're on the Cardinals.
So that means that the puddles will not be like I was saying, like on the Cardinals. The towers will be on the Cardinals, and the DPS will be dropping them in the normal spots, which would be on the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers.
Seems fine, but I'm expecting a like the AoE thing goes out for closest people.
Yeah. Which, let's assume that it did. You take the towers, the cone goes off. I don't know where it leaves us, but look, if you're just counting the number of stacks, that means that the tanks and healers are going to have 2 or 3 stacks, and the DPS are going to have 2 or 3 stacks, unless the meteor gives them a stack, or not the meteor, the AOE thing that they have.
Yeah. So we have the first towers. We're gonna have tanks and healers. And
more ball.
We should probably be doing our 2 group thing as well. So, like, I don't know, have the tanks north and south or something like that. So, and the DPS on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So tanks at A and C, healers at B and D. Then, I don't know what's gonna happen after that, but we're probably gonna need to get into our since in the first one we had it split where we're going north and south or east and west. It's gonna be the same thing, right?
Yeah, I see 2 towers west and I don't see the east one, but I see a tower west.
Yeah, so we'll probably need to get knocked into 2 different or resolve the 2 towers with our 2 groups of 4 people.
These fucking, I didn't realize these AOEs that drop on the DPS are the 8-way landslide thing.
Yeah, that's the what I was the thing from the first phase.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at least.
And you also get that slow movement debuff.
Wait, where are the DPS dropping those? I guess I don't care. I'm not
Well,
a DPS.
we'll be dropping them on 1, 2, 3, 4, just like we are in the first phase. On the markers.
Okay.
So where are the chains going? Cardinals?
The chains are going on into the towers on the cardinals. Your stream looks so much better now, by the way.
No wonder why.
Yeah, okay, so there, once again, there's the towers. There are the markers on the DPS. There are the chains. People are just kind of running wherever.
That's what.
That drops the ice puddles, which applies the slow debuff. The towers are coming down. Then the 8-way things are going out. And the chains exploded and we died. But you can see very briefly there are towers at B and D. Those appear to be one-person towers. So it looks like one person needs to get either run or get knocked back. I don't know if this is going to have the same knockback that we had in the first phase, but I would not be surprised if it did. One person is going to need to get knocked east, and one person is going to need to get knocked west. But I don't think that, well, we obviously cannot have more people take the towers than is necessary, or we will go over our stack.
I will say that the healers east-west does line up with what I'm seeing.
Wait for it.
Healer specifically? Okay.
Yes, because of one slightly spoilerish thing, which will, I'm betting, wipe us due to tether breaking.
Tank thing.
I don't think the tank
we take
healers can
autos?
actually move for quite some time because it's 10 seconds to the tether starting, and then the tethers last, I don't know, 10 seconds or so.
It looks like the
Yeah, but the healers aren't tethered to each other is the thing. They're tethered to the tanks.
Alright, let's see what's happening.
Please
oh,
put
so
the
we need to
tank.
have the tanks stay in the middle, and the healers get knocked to the sides.
Oh my god. Sounds like a good idea.
That's what I'm seeing, yes. The tanks. I'm going to say this because it's something Kanata will need to know. If you're doing it,
Balls.
if you're doing it as I'm seeing, you will not cleanse the tanks.
Oh, because they have the debuff that prevents them from moving?
Yeah, because they'll freeze and not get knocked back.
We panic. That's what.
Use knockback prevention. Okay.
No, the debuff itself roots you in place.
But we also have knockback prevention, so.
Yeah, because it's technically a DPS loss to be frozen for 7.
Yeah, I can't say whether or not knockback prevention works.
Wait for it. Wait. And
Okay, well that's fine. It probably doesn't.
I believe there is an uptime strat that involves gap closing as soon as you get knocked back.
not scared at all.
This is the first I've looked into it, so I don't
Oh,
really know.
I think the knockback prevention does work because in the first phase we
Maybe
have
taking autos?
done knockback prevention strats in the beginning, and then we're like, wait, no, that's dumb. Let's actually get knocked back.
Okay, so
Please provoke him.
well, we'll need to get back in there and see what happens after we drop the puddles. But I don't know where the tanks are going to get. I have no idea where the tanks
More
intend on
balls.
standing. That's not going to get completely just obliterated by those ice towers
North
or
south.
the 8-way ice things.
But chains.
Exactly. It's like either we need to put the 8-way things in different locations.
Oh, that's right. If you're putting them intercardinal, then the tanks will also get knocked back into those.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll just call them 8-ways for now. If the 8-ways need to get dropped somewhere different for this phase, but they also can't like
How about further? How about further out?
so we're gonna like if you imagine we have them all perfectly positioned, we're gonna be making little safe triangles on the arena, but like where those safety triangles are
Tank thing.
basically the further
Enemies and autos.
the less precise we are in placing them, the smaller those things get. It's pretty easy in the first phase when we drop them exactly on the way markers because we have predictable locations. Once we start getting away from that, I don't know if we can predict them.
Is Mornifa a full like everybody stack?
No, Mornifa is the tank buster. It's the one that happens right after Akmorn when we go back into from the ad phase. She does
Do you
Akmorn
guys-
and then Mornifa.
I just looked and my debuff fell off before it hit me, so I took it at base and I still got hit for 500k. That's not a tank buster. That's a shared.
It's definitely not a single tank buster. It could be a double.
250k for a tank buster? That's for a shared.
Well, if we did a little bit of work on it, it wouldn't be that bad. But that is pretty strong. Like, here's the thing: it's always right after the Morn, right? The Akmorn.
Yeah.
Like, don't people still have debuffs from that?
No.
No, falls off.
Yep.
So is there a reason we're not
The
doing
debuffs
party
only
stack on
last
that?
long enough for the next pulse of Akmorn.
So we've never really tried it. We probably do.
We could try it in the first phase.
Tank thing.
When we see, yeah. Well, it's right at the beginning of the second phase, but yeah, I mean, my invuln is still up or still down at that point, unless we totally changed everything. Tams is still going to be down. We don't have any invulnerabilities, and both of us would need to hit several big cooldowns, even if we were sharing it. Unless there's some weird creative math that they've got going on with it, where it's like, oh, well, if you share it, it does minus 40% damage, and that's split or something. But I doubt it. Like at most, it's not factoring in two persons' defense, but that can't be that much.
Yeah, Mornifa. I looked it up because I mean, it's a party soak.
Should we be doing a party soak in the first time we see it?
Why not? That's way easier, isn't it?
Yeah, is that the one where you're popping like 3 different cooldowns at the same time?
No, holding it.
He's invulning it.
No, that's the double slap before the cleave thing.
Well, double slap is definitely a tank buster, but I'm talking about the Mornifa.
I know, I'm just saying that's the only time I've seen him hit 3 cooldowns.
Okay, so if
He
you
was
want to
invulning,
save your
the Mornifa.
if you want to save your invuln, then what we should do is after the first Akmorn, we should collapse on like underneath her hitbox or on the north side or something.
Yeah, just under her is fine. That will save my invuln, which of course means that I can either continue to save my invuln and continue to do double slap the way I was doing it, or just use the invuln there and have my cooldowns for other shit. Both of which sound nice, but don't really. There's just a few big hits in that fight, and the rest of it just like doesn't matter because it's all just like auto attacks or AOE's. Yeah, we never tested it because it wasn't a problem. I'm just like, whatever, I'll just involve it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry about that. Let's go. All right, so I am suspecting. I'm actually going to move the markers from where they are right now, because I think that it's going to be important. I hate this. Okay, these had been sort of haphazardly placed before, but I'm pretty sure that if we drop the 4 puddles as we do in the first phase on the 1, 2, 3, 4 markers, that the A, B, C, D markers will be safe to stand on. And this is where I believe the tower is for the, according to what I can see on Kanata's stream, as it was fading out, it is centered on the B and D markers as they are placed right now. And that way the healers will not be getting hit by those. Now, as for where the tanks are standing,
So the tanks and the healers got the chains, right?
yes.
Yes.
If the tanks need to be, if we need to accordion this out so that the tanks are in the middle and the healers are chained to the tanks and they get knocked out, it'd be like Ifrit is a tank and the healer is at B and D. Like, this is absolutely going to get hit by like all of that shit in the middle. I don't know what they are supposed to do about that if that's the case.
You can move them back.
Wait, so people are getting knocked to B and D, right?
The healers are.
Can the tanks get knocked to A and C?
No, that will break the tethers.
I'm guessing it'll break the tethers, but there is actually another reason why the tanks want to stay near the middle. Aside from uptime, I mean.
It looked like the chains, like, were done
Did they disappear?
by the time the first tower went off.
Okay, well in that case,
Because I mean, if the healers are going to B and D, like, that would probably break it if we're.
Are you sure that's the initial chains? Because they come in 2 sets of debuff. One is an activation timer, and then the actual chain effect ticks. We died immediately, so I didn't get to see timers on things.
Chains actually just start, and it's a 10-second chain as soon as the first tower is landed. So we're actually chained during the entire duration of resolving the second towers.
Where do the first set of towers spawn?
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
They are on the middle ring, right here.
And do those towers go off at the same time the 8-way markers go off?
Those are when the DPS have the puddle that drops the 8-way markers. Yes.
The 8-way doesn't activate until a while after that, though.
Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think
The
we can drop on Cardinal then.
The 8-way will activate when the healers are resolving the second towers.
And where are the second towers?
On the markers B and D.
To be fair, the puddles are placed about a GCD before the towers go off.
So who resolves the first tower? Is that DPS or healers and tanks?
Tank and
Healers.
healers.
Healers and tanks.
Okay. And then healers get the second set of towers as well?
Yes.
Yes.
The ones at B and D, yes.
And I'm assuming...
And
Oh,
then the DPS need to get knocked north and south. The tanks.
so
I
after
would
we
assume
drop
the tanks
off our...
also get knocked north and south, but there's something that I don't know about apparently.
After we drop our 8-ways, our DPS just kind of like rotating into this position to get knocked back.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine it was the first phase.
First phase, right, okay.
Except I'm always, unlike the first phase where, well, we could do it like the first phase where I'm on 4, but we will all have it. So I don't know. We should just pick a number then. Yeah, I'll say.
Go back to our 8-ways, which would
Or
be.
If we're going back to our 8-ways, then I'm on 1.
Are there only towers at B and D for the second set of towers?
The second set of towers are only at B and D.
We didn't actually see it, but there is, after that, a 2-person tower in the center.
Is that a 4-person tower?
No, 2-person. The 4-person tower comes at the very end when it all resolves.
So we'll have to look at our stacks and see who can take the tower then.
Okay, well, no, that would be the tanks then. That would be the thing that we didn't know about. The tanks take the 2-person tower in the middle.
What if they start with a stack?
There's actually more for the tanks, but it doesn't affect the towers.
Oh my goodness. All right.
If you do it, as what I've looked up, at the very end of everything, 4 people will have 2 stacks and they'll take the last tower.
I think that's going to be regardless. I mean, unless we do it wrong, right? There'll be 4 people who can take the last tower, and it will be randomly determined at the beginning who it is, based on the number of stacks you have.
From what I saw, it looked like the people who didn't get the chains had a 1. There was a 1 stack, there was 2 2-stacks, and there was 1 3-stack.
I posted at the start.
Yeah, it's it. The screenshot is.
The screenshot has 2 3-stacks.
Was it 2 3-stacks?
It's 0 0 1 1 2 2 3 3. I mean, the order that it has in here is 0 0 1 1 3 2 2 3, but yeah, of the tanks and the healers, 2 of them have 1 stack. Of the DPS, 2 have 2 stacks and 2 have 3 stacks. So the tanks and healers are all going to get 1 stack from the first set of towers. Then the healers are all going to get 1 stack from the second set of towers. Then I'm guessing the tanks will get the third stack, get a stack from the third tower. And I don't know, there's probably a cone at some point, right, that we're gonna have to do.
I don't think so.
Doesn't seem like it, actually.
I don't think there's gonna be cones.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess we need to get back there to see what all the rest of the mechanics are that we have to deal with. But In the first phase, we have the puddles that apply slow to you, and that's what all 4 DPS have. And then you also have the puddles that you have to drop as you're running.
I bet there's gonna be flares.
Flares.
The 2 people are gonna get away from me markers.
I know. Anyway, let's get there again.
As per Alex Hawkins from the bottom up.
But only
Also,
the
just to be
DPS.
clear on what we're trying, are we freezing the tanks or breaking them out?
Well,
I'm gonna
if we're
break
freezing
them
them,
out.
if we're freezing them, then they need to be pre-positioned. If we're breaking them out, then I still don't know what we're supposed to be doing with the tanks, right? Like, because we have
They have their own things, which I'm reasonably certain will either overlook or they'll just die too.
Okay.
I saw her casting something draconic something, but I don't know what that does.
I mean, we still have also that banish or whatever that she does. Like, that's a mechanic. Since this is just like, let's do every mechanic at the same time. Or maybe she does a scythe kick or whatever.
Unless Shiva circles pop up behind me.
Oh yeah. With dropping the ice puddles. Not ice puddles, the ice rain.
Because this is the part of turning.
Yeah. Well, it's doing this and the light
Oh,
feathers.
south.
So we've got the heavy. We have the knockback. Oh, yeah, those flare markers. Now I see what you mean. Yes.
Oh, we're probably gonna drop poop puddles too afterward.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm pretty sure that we have those. I'm guessing on the DPS.
Boy. Good sex. Sidekick.
Yeah, those things. Those things where it's like stack or spread. That's another thing that she could be doing.
Since she's in Shiva form, I don't think it'll be bad.
Don't hit. Okay.
Oh, this thing's. Ah! Oof. Whew. Not worried at all.
Oh no, I'm on the wrong side. Made it.
It seems pretty consistent that I have to refresh my fire stack on that second electric one. And there's downtime after it, so I might just kill it every time if that's okay.
So stacking in a singer for Mornify.
I've stopped. Yes.
After the Ockmorn, everybody run underneath.
Yes, and also placeholder. I've just stopped even thinking of touching the lightnings because of that.
Okay.
Placeholder. Are you using Addle at any point specifically in this fight?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'll Addle the Ockmorn if you Addle the one that happens right afterwards.
Okay. That was a good effort. There you go.
Mornify.
Mourn from near or afar. And then stack and Addle.
Whoa!
Good thing I asked for that Addle.
It's a little spicy.
Was that D?
It's just building with a break.
1, 2, 3.
It was just.
Ice. Back and drop.
Stacking back. Flash.
Right. Grab
Kara's
buff
tank.
line, so-
I'm taking hits.
Oh.
I'm dead. Get to a red. Reds are at B and D this time, so we go to B, and then we're getting good A. Holy is out. And then we get to our 1 and 3. Oh, sorry,
Out and in.
spike. Out of spike. Alright, now to our 1 and 3 spots. Alright, watch the cast bar. Move now.
Wait.
That was death from damage.
Oh, the debuff switched halfway through.
Yeah, debuff switch.
Wait, debuff switched?
Yeah.
Did
Tank
someone die?
things. Nah, tank things.
He probably switched leader on aggro. Which shouldn't be a problem unless one of us has died, in which case things like that can happen.
I didn't. Oh, you did provoke when you died.
back.
though.
And then I provoked, and I was ahead on lead on threat for a while, but I had the damage down debuff. So you probably got it back when you got your next burst phase.
I didn't actually use any burst.
Hmm. Well, I'm still reasonably confident that's what happened, but
Well, yeah. And your shake was probably down.
and what?
Church.
Sure, yeah.
I guess I could have provoked Shirked. I didn't do that. I probably should do that then.
Are you shirking when I provoke from the slap?
Well, yeah, but I died after that.
So I wasn't back up.
The point is, after I died, when I provoked, I should have shirked then. Actually, don't know if it was back up, but that would be a good idea.
Front. East west.
You have damage down together.
Check attacks.
Been a while since that's happened.
Is that a chain?
I don't know what that was.
Sounded like a chain.
I mean, there were chain sounds in there, but I don't know if it was a chain.
Eventually a chain. Eventually everyone died.
I mean, don't look at me. I'm not moving. I've got casts to finish.
All the better for LB.
Slightly too far.
I keep trying to do that, and yeah, it's not worth it. Where did their ice go?
Well, I'm not actually trying to do anything. I just slid farther than normal that time.
I thought Midori has enough HP. Yep, 636.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Why does that keep lighting up like that? Check your stacks.
Oh, fuck. I'm so fucking free.
It's gonna be about that time.
It's about time.
No, that was just it was an illusion, a mirage. Looked like the tether was coming from the other direction, but it was someone else's tether.
Last ball.
Healer question. Do you want more mitigation than we had last time on the Lord Fog? Because it wouldn't be that hard.
I lost everything after mitigation.
Sorry, what?
I heard nothing after mitigation.
Yes, we want more mitigation.
That would be great, especially if you're just sitting on it. Or can you think of any other time where it would be appropriate? If not, I guess just pop it, I guess.
We have access to shield samba things.
And Curing Wolf.
That's real skill.
I mean, it seems to me that if we're stacking for Mornafel, that's probably the biggest thing now. Since every other large damage spike is pretty solitary. Well, actually, I take that back. The knockback cleaves are fairly threatening.
Yeah, like right there. Do you have Heart of Stone?
Yeah.
Ready? And the next time you would possibly use it, would it be like much further?
After ads.
Well, Heart of Stone and its equivalents are on such short cooldowns that you can, except for specific mechanics, almost just use them on cooldown for autos.
Rip.
Goodbye, ley lines.
Goodbye, Nokian.
No, I hate all of this. That's actually the first time I got tagged with that.
Check those stacks.
Wait, Nurse, where are you going?
I got completely turned around. That is absolutely my fault.
So I have 0 Xenoglossies. And no Enochian to start even getting ice up.
Let the acquiescence through.
Yeah, I think we have to let both Aqueouses through.
I don't think we're gonna miss it too much. That damage buff.
The first one down still.
Yeah, I'll take the first one down. Maybe. We're like a couple of professionals.
Wow, we got all of them. Nice.
Yeah, who needs 3 Xenoglossies?
Just push your buttons harder.
Oh wow, getting called out.
As good as they are, like you're most deterring, right? Like the relative damage potential between a Xenoglossy and a Fire 4 is. I mean,
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He also has the weakness debuff, which is not desirable.
that is almost worse.
Yeah. I think it's also more, I don't have to worry about losing a cast. Like, if I'm casting a Fire 4 and it's at 30%, I might not even finish that guy. Right, so I think Xeno, I have that kind of insurance that it's going to hit him.
They're pretty nice.
Never be part of it again.
Also, I think if you time it right, you can get Yakmorn and the Mornifars with the same amount. They're not that far off, but I'll do it anyway.
You have already admitted you're not using it for anything.
I know. It's the principle. Oh, I was not close enough.
There's a B.
Okay, so like, I literally could not see that puddle because it was completely in the waymark.
You're on the safe side.
Ah, you moving, that's right. You probably used to be able to see them easier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like trust that they're there.
I hate server ticks.
Background. Sag. Move.
Alright, where I'm standing. Wow.
I do not have shirt.
Go to A. I'm a chump, I'm a chump.
What?
E, and then go to the middle. It's you.
In and out.
You're right. Farther.
Thanks for the assist.
This is the 1 and 3.
Italian's
Do either of you have an invuln?
Nope.
Mornify is going to hurt a lot.
Oh,
I
And get ready to move.
don't want it.
oh, oh, right. Lockborn, right.
That was a poll to end the night on, I guess.
I'm gonna head out. Kanata, I'll hit you up sometime tomorrow night.
Sure
If you
thing.
still want stuff.
I should
hope
be
that-
free like 6, 7-ish. Same time usually, probably.
Once I gotta put the computer together and stuff still and get it all up and running. So.